last,
All right,
actually.
that's great. Thank you. Mr. Secretary, I'd like to ask you about an issue that we actually raised with PEMA last week, but I understand this is really more in your department's bailiwick, and that has to do with the Biggert Waters Act.
Pardon me?
The Biggert Waters Act, the federal law that will ultimately result in flood insurance premiums increasing fairly dramatically over the next few years. As I'm sure you're aware, there is a bill that's currently winding its way through Congress that would at least delay the implementation of the act for a few years, and that's a help, but it's not a long-term solution. We have many residents in my part of Bucks County, as well as other river areas throughout the Commonwealth, that are being drawn into new FEMA floodplain maps. In many cases, many of us feel unfairly, but nonetheless, that's happening. And as a consequence of that, they and others who are already in the floodplain are looking at astronomical increases in their insurance premiums down the road. That, of course, is going to have an impact not only on their ability to pay in the short term, but ultimately the marketability of their homes. And so we could be faced in some of our communities with large neighborhoods where, you know, essentially the neighborhoods will be devastated. I can see on a going forward basis with any new construction, I get that, but where we have developments that were approved many, many years ago, and we have people who bought homes with one set of expectations, to change that set of expectations midstream is, I think, fundamentally unfair. In any event, I'd like to know what your department's assessment of the situation is and what actions, if any, the department plans to take.
Yeah, we're very concerned about it. Although it's a federal issue, it probably affects Pennsylvania more than any other state. And we are working with the governor's office and the congressional delegation to try to get support for more reasonable legislation. You're probably aware of this, but Pennsylvania has 88,000 miles of inland waterways, which is second only to Alaska in number of streams. We have many, many homes that are built on the floodplain. And you know, the comment you get, well, it only affects the wealthy people who have a second home at the shore. That's not true. And in Pennsylvania, it really affects people who have older homes, because most of our communities are built on the floodplain. In fact, I'm from a community that's built almost entirely on the floodplain. So we are really concerned about it. We're going to do everything we can. In the end, it involves the federal government understanding the problem and maybe helping to come up with a better solution. And ultimately, if they don't change course, then we're going to have to work with the insurance industry here to make sure we have something that's palatable to the citizens of Pennsylvania. We can't accept things the way they're going to be imposed on us now. So we'll do everything we can to influence that.